Hey guys, I really haven't spoken in a long time about my sunblockers. It didn't work. Yeah, a long time about what our strategy is, but we're a real estate company where we run midterm and short-term rentals and a few long-term rentals, so multifamilies. We manage about I think it's about $10 million worth of property at the moment. So we're pretty tiny. I have friends who do 2 billion, 4 billion. My friend who was just in Jacksonville yesterday, I couldn't meet her because my mom had the hip surgery, but she manages $4 billion. So I have some friends who have much bigger portfolios. And one of the guys who he actually helps me find properties sometimes. He manages a $1 billion fund, maybe 2 billion now, like one point something billion. And he's such a regular, normal, cool guy. Likes to lift weight and fucking talk about politics and go see properties. Like he's so great. He's such a chill guy. He's such an honorable guy. Really good, like Christian values and trustworthy. So a lot of the, and then I know a guy from New Jersey who also manages. Probably more like $100 million, and he's this incredible guy. He's 89 or something now, and he's got fucking amazing energy and talkative, and will talk my ear off. Like, he will talk with great energy. I didn't even know how old he was the first time I called him because I was introduced through a mutual friend, and I was getting into the business. He just he was so excited to have somebody who. I was hungry at the time. I was still hungry, but I was hungrier at the time. And he was so excited to talk to me, and I was just felt that energy and that vibe. And I think I told you guys this story before. One time after getting absolutely trounced in a deal, like I thought it was a good deal, and it was a good deal on paper, but it ultimately wasn't a good deal. We'd made a couple mistakes. The guys who sold it, they were nice enough to sit down with me and explain like their business model and basically going like, if you think you fucked this up, and you may have, this is what I would do to get out of it and to make your business stronger. And I so respect that. It was so cool. They could have just said like, "Oh, fuck you guys, we beat you." They didn't do that. So I like this business. Is very brotherly. But anyway, the point of why I want to make a video today is that I'm listening to Anthony Pompliano, and he's got Jeff Park on, and just talking about like strategies, leverage, and how it's very low. And I think that's the key for us too. Like, in other words, we're highly leveraged. In other words, everything's leveraged. I don't think we have anything in straight cash, but we have bought things in cash and then added the loan to it. And that's a really good example of reasonable leverage. Because, for example, let's say you buy something for $1 million, and then you go to the bank, you've already paid cash, it's bought, you own it, it's free and clear. When you go to the bank, then you come as a fucking boss. Like, then you're able to say, "Bank, I don't need your money, I'm just trying to give you business. Let's just take 20% as a mortgage," or and they're like, "Oh, why don't you go higher? Why don't you do 50%? Oh, what would the rate be for 80%?" And then you're able to get the absolute best rates, and the bank is then hungry for your business. They know how stable you are. So low leverage is really comforting in this business, and I think that's the goal with everything. And I think that's why we're taking the cash flow and moving it into Bitcoin, which obviously goes up and doesn't devalue, as opposed to holding it in a bank account or a CD or stocks or like whatever our other alternatives would be. So that's really smart. But then the thing is, I want to use some of it as a reserve. So let's just say I like Strike a lot. I like Jack Meller's thought. If let's just say you have it on Strike's exchange and you've got, let's say $50,000. Now you can loan up to $25,000, right? That's his safety net is doing 2 to 1, but I think that's too high. In other words, I'd say you do